Hello, everyone. Have you ever thought about why these important people are so devoted to this famous electric car company? Join me as we look into the interesting story behind the billionaire's love of Tesla and find out why they were so enamored with the car in a recent report. During an interview with CNBC, billionaire investor Jim Breyer said that Tesla has a big manufacturing advantage over other companies by at least 5 years. Breyer personally visited the production lines of different car companies to see for himself. We'll get into more detail in a moment, but first, let's hit the like and subscribe buttons. For example, the new Tesla Model I cars are now coming with updated hardware. Also, there has been a sharp drop in the number of Model 3s in stock in Europe, which goes against what skeptics said about the lack of demand in that region for Tesla's performance. Troy's current estimate is a bit low because he doesn't trust the European market numbers. However, comparing the same time last quarter to now, Tesla's performance has surpassed expectations, reaching a new record low in inventory levels. This positive trend is especially encouraging for the daily reporting countries. Additionally, Tesla is doing well in terms of international shipments, with 3 ships currently en route from China to Europe to ensure a steady supply. Moving on to the latest news on Tesla stock, it looks like the Tesla Model I now comes with new hardware. This information was found in the page source code of Tesla's Model I inventory page and has been confirmed by reliable sources. It's not entirely clear what Hardware 4 on the Model A will include, but it may include similar upgrades to Hardware 3 on the Model S, excluding any additional cameras that may be introduced along with the redesign. Pictures of a lot full of these new cars have been shared, but some vehicles with Hardware 3 are still present. The camera placements are the same as in Hardware 3 and parking sensors don't seem to be there. This information has been confirmed by another source. Demand for Teslas in the US is already high, but it's thought that the introduction of new hardware will increase sales even more. There is talk that the Model I performance variant might support Steam games, which could lead to a sudden increase in orders. Drive Tesla Canada has also confirmed that the new hardware exists, but there's no sign yet that it's in the cars that are shipped from China to Canada. Nikola Accompanied, which wants to make electric trucks, has been delisted from NASDAQ for failing to meet the minimum bid price rules. If this is not the case, there may be discounts or price changes for the new cars in Canada. This new information shows the problems that not only Trevor Milton, but also the whole company are having. On a different note, Nikola cars move by using gravity. The stock price of NVIDIA has gone up about 25% today, which is different from the banking disaster. Gary Black, who owns both NVIDIA and Tesla stock, thinks that Tesla's partnership with NVIDIA on Megapacks will be a successful business that brings in $20 billion a year. This could lead to a big rise in Tesla's energy sales, which could lead to a $4 billion surprise in quarterly earnings, which means an increase of $1 per share. With a price-to-earnings ratio of 35x, the stock could go up 35 per share in 2024. It's possible that Tesla is hiding their income and profits from their Megapacks business because it's so profitable. The CEO of Boston Dynamics says that Tesla released the Optimus to keep small startups from competing with them. If Tesla were to publicly admit that their Megapacks were very profitable, they would definitely face more competition. This is just a guess, but it's something to think about. Gary thinks that the breakout of NVIDIA gives buyers in Tesla stock a chance, which makes him very happy. James, who agrees with Gary Jeff, recently read Jeffries' 144-page report on AI and making money from it, but Tesla wasn't mentioned at all. Despite having a stuffy nose today, I can still smell the chance. I find it interesting that based on the price-to-earnings ratio, Gary says that NVIDIA is now less expensive than it was 2 days ago. We may all feel a little left out, but our time will come too. This is great news for Australian Tesla enthusiasts. Australians will soon be able to use SSD beta, and 2 Tesla work cars already have it. Reports say that at least 2 cars in Europe also have this feature. We now have a new picture that shows the inside of the Cybertruck. Keep in mind that the lens may distort some details, but I think it looks great. This may help explain why Tesla sales slowed down in Germany last quarter. The country is in recession, with a 0.3% drop in GDP. At the same time, Fox is seeing a big drop in profit margins, which is the opposite of what Nvidia is currently experiencing. This news has caused the new Tesla to drop 50 spots in a reputable brand survey, and it now ranks at number 62. That puts Tesla behind Ford and a number of other big car companies like Toyota, Honda, BMW, and GM. Even though the drop might seem scary at first, Tesla is still in the good category of the poll, which makes the situation interesting and a surprise turn of events. Twitter is now ranked number 97 on the list, higher than the Trump Group, which is ranked number 100. There aren't many companies on the list, so it's worth asking why the Trump Organization was added in the first place. For example, poll ranks auto companies in this way: Toyota and the number 6 Honda, 13 Subaru, 16 BMW, 4 GM, Volkswagen, and Tesla came first, then Chrysler. One of the most interesting things about this survey is that it includes FTX, a business that has been involved in financial misconduct. The fact that a company connected to a politician came in much lower than a real scam that stole people's money is shocking. I can see why a company owned by a politician would get intense hatred from one half of a country and strong love from the other half, or a third of the population. What completely confuses me is how a company that has stolen people's money and is hated by everyone can outrank a company that a large part of the country would definitely love, even though another part would passionately hate it. If you use basic logic, the company that is hated by half of the population and loved by the other half should still be ranked at the very bottom, not in 99th place. Another reason to look at the scores is that they are 74.362, and even if you go higher, you'll still see scores in the 70s. It's only when you get to the top that you start to see scores above 80. Actually, even though Tesla's score dropped a lot according to the survey, the difference between them and the other companies doesn't seem that big. Sure, their score may have dropped a lot, but it's still pretty high. Warren makes a good point here. How come no other media companies made it on this list? I can think of CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, but Fox is the only one from that industry. Meanwhile, Pfizer is on the list, ranking 50th. That's pretty much how it sounds like they polled more people from one political party than the other. Also, the 57th spot on this list goes to the company that makes Bud Light, which I find interesting. I'd like to tell you about their method. What interests me the most is that the number of people who participated in the survey dropped by about half this year. Last year, about 330,000 people responded, but this year, only 16,000 people were surveyed. It's as if half of the participants were thrown out, maybe because the company didn't want them to contribute. Of course, this is just my guess. I haven't found any other information about this yet, but I'll keep looking into it. In any case, if Tesla is still doing pretty well in this survey, it means that our party still loves, or at least likes, Tesla. It may not be as strong as it used to be, but the feeling is still there. It's interesting to note that 34,000 people took the survey in 2020, but 43,000 people did so the next year in 2021. Another interesting fact is that both Fox and Twitter came in at the very bottom, which suggests some level of bias. However, it's hard to say how much bias there is because CNN, MSNBC, and other legacy media companies also ranked very low, along with Fox. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. This is Tesla Stock News. See you in the next video.